Hi everyone, Taylor here from Needle Clankers. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Mermaid Dreams pillowcase. Now in this tutorial I will show you how to make it bigger or smaller, and I will show you how to switch colors in it if you want to. I've already got my pillowcase made. I'm going to show you on a smaller scale. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, for this pillowcase, I used two different colors of Caron Simply Soft, and they were just scrap yarns that I had from other projects that I had done, and I found enough to do what I wanted with my pillowcase. I haven't hid my ends yet, so you'll have to ignore that, but it was just scrap yarn. So if you want to just use scrap yarn, you can. Use, as long as it's a 4-weight yarn, it don't matter what it is. I wouldn't mix like wool and acrylic and all that. I would stick with the same blend, but other than that, I think you're good. You can use whatever you want. Now the multiples for this pillow is 3 plus 2. If you want to make the size that I made, then you're going to want to chain 59. Also, there is a written instructions on our website, needleclankers.com, and if you want a PDF pattern, you can find it on Etsy or Ravelry or Love Knitting. Let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm just going to do the multiples, which is 3 plus 2. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this until I get the length that I want. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3. Now, whenever I've got the length that I want, I'm going to chain 2 to finish it off. And when I do this, I'm going to go into these back bumps here. That way I can see my stitches whenever I come on the other side. Now, I'm going to turn my chain over to get to the back bumps. We're going to skip this first chain and go into the second. And we're going to put a single crochet and 2 double crochets in the same chain. We are going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and go into the third one and put single crochet, 2 double crochets, all in the same chain. And you're going to do this all the way down. Skip 2 chains, go into the third one, put a single crochet, 2 doubles in the same chain. Continue this until you reach the end of your chain. Alright, I've come to the end here. I have 3 stitches left. I'm going to skip 2 stitches and go into the third. Put a single crochet and 2 double crochets. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to turn my work so that it goes onto the other side. And the way you know which chains to skip on this side is you're going to go into the same stitch that you went into on the other side. So let's work on the back side of the chain. We are going to go into this stitch here. Oh, not a double crochet, a single crochet. My bad. And 2 double crochets. Let's skip over to the next one here and put a single crochet and 2 double crochets. Let's go to the next one. Skip this gap here and go into the stitch right here. Single crochet, 2 doubles, and you continue this all the way down your chain. Your chain will be longer than mine, but you will continue this all the way down. Okay, we're here at the end, and instead of slip stitching to the single crochet that you made, we're going to work another pattern stitch. So right here, here's your single crochet. You're going to put a single crochet in there, double crochet, double crochet. Let me get some more yarn. Okay, maybe that'll do us for a minute. Alright, now here is where you're going to want a stitch marker, your handy dandy stitch marker, and you want to put it into the single crochet of this cluster here. That way you know where you began. Now skip these 2 double crochets and go into the single crochet. And you're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles into that stitch. Skip the 2 double crochets and put a single crochet and 2 double crochets into the single crochet, and you're going to continue this all the way around. And in the pattern on our website, or if you decide to get a PDF, it'll tell you exactly how many rows of each color I did. So if you want to hop over there and get that real quick, you can. I'm just going to show you the basics of what I did for this pillow. The pattern, the written pattern, has more detail. So we're just going to go all the way around, skipping the double crochets and putting 1 single crochet and 2 doubles into the single crochet. And that's my stitch marker. I'm not used to working on a surface, but it makes noise. But go ahead and work until you hit your stitch marker, and then we will come back. Okay, I've reached my stitch marker, and you can already tell right here on this round that it is starting to cup up, and that is what we want. That's how your pillow is going to form, because you're not increasing anymore in here in your stitches. It's going to start going up like it does on a hat, and that's going to form your pillow, and it's going to leave this beautiful texture. I love this pattern stitch. But let's go ahead and go to the next round. We're going to take our stitch marker out, and put a single crochet and 2 doubles into that single crochet. And we're going to grab our stitch marker and put it back in that single crochet so we know where we began. And you're just going to go all the way around until you get the length that you want, or whatever the pattern says. You can check that out and see. But for purposes, I will show you how to switch colors now. Whenever I switch colors in my pillow here, I always wait until I get to my stitch marker and switch it there so all the rows are even. There's not a line in the middle or whatever from switching colors. But while I'm right here, I'll just show you how to do it. 1 second. I went and grabbed a lighter color so that you could see. Get that hair out of there. So that you can see what I'm doing. And how I switch my colors is I go and find the single crochet. Well, if you're doing it right here, you'll know where the single crochet is. But if you decide to do it off center, then you'll want to find your single crochet, put your hook in, pull up a loop in the blue, and pull your other color up and complete the stitch. And then just keep going. Or you can tie off and start your color up with a slip knot if you prefer it that way. This is just how I switch my colors, and it looks different there, but once you get a ways up, you can't tell. See, you can't tell on either side where I started and stopped. Hide your ends and stuff and nobody will be able to notice. Let's go on to sewing our pillow up. Be back. Alright, I've got my pillow stuffed here, and I went ahead and cut and hid all my ends, and instead of leaving a long tail for the top after I finished the last row to sew in the top, I cut it and hid the end. So I'm going to use a piece of scrap that's the same color as the top of my pillow so that I can sew the top up. And I'm just going to cut a long tail, and we are going to go from there. Okay. Alright, you're going to want to take and pinch the corner of your pillow to find the end, and then just attach your yarn. Might have cut it just a teensy bit too long of a tail, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Which, if we didn't have enough, we would just hide the end and start again, because you could go from there, it doesn't matter. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the back loop of the next stitch after my yarn is attached, and I'm gonna go into the front loop of the stitch in front of it. And we're going to go to the next stitch right here. We're going to go into the back loop, and then we're going to go into the front loop of the one in front of it. Next stitch here, back loop, and then find the one next to it. And you may have to add extra stuffing to your pillow as you go to fill in the gaps, which I will probably, but it's not that big of a deal. And we're just going to go in the back loop of the front stitch and the front loop of the back stitch all the way around, and it's going to sew it shut, and you won't even be able to tell where it was sewed by the time you're done. Let's do a couple more together before we get to the end. Back loop, front loop, alright, you go ahead and sew your pillow up, and then we will meet back up whenever everything's all done. Alright, I am done with my pillow. It looks a whole lot bigger on screen than what it is, but I will have the links in the description where you can find the written pattern, which will have all the measurements and stuff. The pattern will have everything that you need, and it'll be on needleclankers.com, and it'll be on Ravelry most likely, but I will leave the links for the website and all of our social media in the description box down below, so that you can get what you need. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and hit the little bell icon so that you always get notified whenever we put out a new video. You'll have a wonderful day. Bye.